Most people want to change their lives, that's saying, but very few are willing to stay consistent long enough to actually do it. Everyone wants success. Everyone wants strength. Everyone wants peace. But consistency, that's where most people quit. They start something with passion. They make promises to themselves, but when the fire cools down, when the results don't come as fast as they hoped, they stop showing up. They call it bad luck. They call it maybe it's not for me. But the truth, they never stayed consistent from the beginning. Consistency is not sexy. It's not glamorous. It's not a highlight reel. It's the same grind, the same discipline, repeated over and over again until you become something greater. When you're consistent, your actions and your thoughts align. There's no gap between what you say and what you do. You become trustworthy, not just to others, but to yourself. And that's where true power begins. Because the moment you can trust yourself, you stop making excuses. You stop negotiating with your goals. You stop living like your dreams are optional. The world doesn't reward people who start fast and quit halfway. It rewards those who wake up every single day, no matter how they feel, and do the work anyway. You see, being consistent means keeping your word, even when no one's watching. It means doing what you said you'd do, long after the mood you said it in has left you. That's integrity. That's strength. That's how real transformation happens. Look around you. You'll see people who always talk about what they plan to do. Next month, next year, after things calm down, after life gets easier. But life never gets easier. You get stronger, you get clearer, and that strength only comes when you decide, I'm done starting over. I'm done breaking promises to myself. From now on, I will be consistent from the very beginning. Consistency is not about perfection. It's about showing up, even when you're tired, even when you're scared, even when you don't feel ready. Because consistency builds momentum, and momentum builds mastery. Every repetition sharpens you. Every challenge builds your mental callus. Every day you keep your word, you rewire your mind to believe in yourself again. Think about this. When a boxer steps into the ring for the first time, one punch feels like an explosion. But after months and years of training, after thousands of hits, his mind and body adapt. He becomes unshakable. He's not born tougher, he trains to be. That's what consistency does. It hardens your spirit. It conditions your mind to keep going even when pain screams louder than reason. So many people want results without the repetition. They want success without sacrifice. They want growth without discomfort. But that's not how greatness is built. You don't rise because of motivation. You rise because of consistency. Every single day you delay, you build the habit of waiting. Every single day you show up, you build the habit of winning. Which habit are you building today? Let me tell you something powerful. The way you do small things is the way you'll do everything. If you lie to yourself in small ways, you'll lie in big ways. If you give up when it's inconvenient, you'll give up when it's hard. That's why consistency must start at the smallest level. Make your bed. Keep your promises. Finish what you start. Every small victory is a signal to your brain. I can trust myself. And once that trust is built, you become unstoppable. Because here's the truth. The universe doesn't test your dreams. It tests your consistency. It asks you, will you still show up when nobody claps for you? Will you still keep going when it feels pointless? Will you still believe when nothing's working yet? Most people won't. That's why most people stay the same. But if you can say, yes, I'll keep showing up, then life will eventually reward you in ways you can't even imagine. Remember this. Consistency is the bridge between your goals and your reality. It's what turns someday into today. It's what separates the dreamers from the doers. And it's what builds the person you were always meant to become. So if you truly want to change your life, don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Start now. Stay consistent from the very beginning. Because greatness is not built in a single day. It's built in the countless days when you do what you said you'd do, even when you don't feel like it. Consistency is not what you do sometimes. It's who you decide to be every single day. There will come a moment in your life when everything inside you will whisper, "Stop, this is too hard, you've done enough." That moment, right there, is when your consistency is tested. Not when things are going well, not when the path is clear, but when it feels like you've hit the wall and your mind starts begging for comfort. Consistency is not built on easy days. It's forged in darkness, in those lonely nights when nobody believes in you, when your plans fall apart, when you feel forgotten and the only thing left is the promise you made to yourself. That's when you find out who you really are. I've seen people start with energy, start with dreams, start with hope. But the moment pain shows up, they crumble. They think their dream betrayed them. But dreams don't betray you. You betray them when you stop being consistent. You want to know what separates the winners from the rest? It's not talent, it's not luck, it's not some secret formula. It's that the winners keep going long after everyone else has stopped. When others choose comfort, they choose commitment. When others say, I can't, they whisper, "Watch me." They don't run from struggle, they run toward it. Because they know inside every challenge is the opportunity to become unbreakable. There was a man once who ran over 100 miles in one day. His body was breaking. His mind was screaming. Every step felt like walking through fire. But he refused to quit. He broke the impossible into small pieces, mile by mile, step by step. He found strength beyond what he thought was human, because when your mind realizes you won't quit, it starts to unlock power you didn't even know existed. That's the gift of consistency. It forces your mind, body, and soul to unite, to become one force moving toward your destiny. You see, your mind has a governor, a limiter that whispers, "You've done enough, you can rest now." But that's a lie. When you think you've given everything, you've only given about 40%. The remaining 60% is still untouched, hidden behind fear, pain, and doubt. That's why consistency matters. Because every time you refuse to quit, you teach your mind to stop listening to that governor. You prove to yourself that you're capable of more. And when you reach that moment of breaking, that's when growth begins. That's where warriors are made. Not in the gym, not in the office, but in the battlefield of your mind. Every time you hold the line, every time you say, "Not today, I'm not quitting," you build another layer of armor around your spirit. That's what consistency does. It calluses your soul. It builds a foundation so strong that no failure, no rejection, no heartbreak can shake your purpose. Because here's the truth. You don't grow when things are easy. You grow when things test your limits. When you have to wake up after losing everything and still say, "I'm going to show up today." That's real power. That's what separates those who dream from those who do. Consistency is about faith. Faith that every small effort matters. Faith that even when no one's watching, your discipline is shaping your destiny. Faith that pain has a purpose, and that purpose is to refine you, not destroy you. You will fall. You will fail. You will doubt yourself 1,000 times. But every time you get back up, you are proving that your belief is stronger than your fear. And that's what it takes to live a life of greatness. Not perfection, but persistence. Not applause, but alignment. To stay true when the world tries to pull you off course. Because when you choose to be consistent, you're not just chasing a goal, you're building a character. You're shaping an identity that can't be broken by circumstance. So don't fear the struggle, don't fear the setbacks, welcome them. Because they are the training ground of your future self. Every time you stay the course, you are writing a message deep inside your spirit. I can handle this. I was built for this. I don't stop when I'm tired, I stop when I'm done. And someday when you look back, you'll realize every single battle, every single hardship, every moment you wanted to quit but didn't, those were the exact moments that made you unstoppable. Consistency isn't just what you do, it's who you become. So hold the line, stay the course, and keep your promise from the very beginning to the very end. Let's be real. Consistency isn't for everyone. Most people quit. Most people give up when it stops feeling good. Most people can't handle the silence that comes when no one's cheering for them. But the few who keep going and the few who choose discipline over distraction, patience over panic, faith over fear, they are the ones who build unshakable lives. Because consistency is the only bridge between who you are now and who you are meant to be. The world doesn't need more people who start strong. It needs more people who finish what they start. It needs people who stay steady. When the applause stops, when the money's low, when the progress feels invisible. Because that's where your character is carved. In the dark, quiet hours of persistence. You see, being consistent is not just about doing. It's about becoming. Every single day you keep your word. You are rewriting your story. You are building integrity brick by brick. And one day when the noise settles and the results finally show, you'll realize something beautiful. You didn't just reach your goal. You became the kind of person who never stops showing up. That's what greatness really is. Not in one big moment, not in a single victory, but in the thousands of quiet decisions to stay the course when no one's watching. You want freedom? Be consistent. You want respect? Be consistent. You want power, purpose, peace? Then be consistent from the very beginning, because consistency isn't luck. It's not something you stumble into. It's a choice made every single day in every single moment. When you're tired, choose consistency. When you're scared, choose consistency. When you're doubting yourself, choose consistency. That's how you build a life that can't be shaken by circumstances. I've seen too many people break their own hearts because they gave up right before it worked. They walked away too soon, not realizing that the breakthrough was just one more day of consistency away. You can't see the growth while you're in it. The seed doesn't see the sunlight while it's underground, but it keeps pushing inch by inch, day by day, because it knows if it stays consistent, it will rise. And one day you will too. When you stay consistent, you build an identity that cannot be taken from you. You don't just achieve, you evolve. You transform into someone who no longer needs motivation to act, because action itself has become your identity. Consistency is self-respect. It's how you tell the world, I believe in myself enough to keep going, and every time you keep that promise, you strengthen the bond between who you are and who you're becoming. No one's coming to save you. No one's going to remind you every day. You have to be your own coach, your own motivator, your own reason to keep showing up. And when it gets hard, because it will get hard, remember this: the pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts a lifetime. So keep going, even when it's slow, even when it's quiet, even when it's lonely. Because one day, all those lonely nights, all those early mornings, all those moments when you thought no one noticed, they will stand as proof of your transformation. The person you're becoming will thank you for not giving up when it was hardest to stay consistent. So stand tall, stand firm, and remember, you don't have to move fast, you just have to keep moving. Step by step, brick by brick, day by day. Consistency is the greatest weapon you'll ever own. It doesn't just change what you do, it changes who you are. You become the type of person who follows through, the type who doesn't wait for permission, the type who doesn't give up at 40% because you know you still have 60% more in you. And that's where the magic happens. So today, make a decision. Stop starting over. Stop making excuses. Stop letting comfort rob you of your potential. Start being consistent, not just when it's easy, but especially when it's hard. Because the truth is, your future is already waiting for you. It's not a matter of luck. It's a matter of consistency. The only question is, will you stay committed long enough to see it happen? Greatness doesn't come to those who start strong. It comes to those who stay consistent. from the first step to the very end.